Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Today on the program, staff of the National Population Commission resumed their protest in Abuja. Body of the late former Vice President Alex Ekweme arrives from London as his final burial rites continue. And the government of Cross River State renovates public school infrastructure. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin today in Nasarawa State, where at least 2 people have been reported killed by suspected cattle rustlers in Madaga village in Kiana local government area of Nasarawa State. The State Police Commissioner, Ahmed Bello, who confirmed the attack, explains that 73 cows were also killed and many others carted away. Mr. Bello says his men have begun investigations to unravel the identity of the attackers. Meanwhile, non-indigents of the local government are already fleeing the community for fear of being caught in possible reprisal attacks by the herders.
A tensed atmosphere, an obvious indication that something is wrong in Kadarko community, Kiana local government area of Nasarawa State. Residents woke up to the news of the abduction of 2 herdsmen and the killing of at least 73 cows at a farm in the community. This has forced even non-indigents living in the community to flee for their lives. The owners of the cows believe the attack is a reprisal.
I was asleep. Then I heard bullet sounds everywhere. I didn't see anybody, but they killed my 73 cows. Some of them were dispersed into the bush, and I haven't seen 2 of my children. In the morning around 6 o'clock, our children saw some people numbering up to 1,000 holding sophisticated weapons. Before I got there, the place was already chaotic, and we realized that at a spot, they have killed 73 cows, including the ones that they carted away.
The leadership of the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in the state corroborate this position of the owners and cautions its members from taking laws into their hands.
I reported the matter to the appropriate authority. We informed the government, we informed all the security agents, and I came here in response to visit this place where the incidents happened, to tell my people not to take law into their hand. They should allow government to do the proper investigation in respect of those people that did this, commit this offense, so that they should be brought to book.
The attackers are still unknown, but the police confirm they've begun investigations into the matter.
6 people are missing, even though 4 of them returned back to their camp. At the moment, 2 are still missing. Investigation is ongoing, and we are willing and ready to unravel the mystery surrounding this unfortunate incident.
Kadarko community in Nasarawa State is not the first to witness this sort of violence, but its residents are the latest to know the true meaning of fear of reprisal, with many homes already deserted and the occupants unsure of when they will return.
Our able
Nearly 2 weeks after an initial protest by workers of the National Population Commission in Abuja, the aggrieved staff have again mobilized their colleagues across the country for another round of protests to their head office in Abuja. Unlike the previous protest, the workers barricaded the entrance of the NPC head office, stopping their other members of staff from carrying out their official duties. The workers are protesting against the reappointment of Mr. Ganji Bello as the Director General of the agency, listing corruption, impunity, and negligence of staff welfare as some of the reasons why the DG should be sacked. Meanwhile, Channels Television learned that the leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress is already trying to mediate in the matter. Meanwhile, the management of the National Population Commission says that it will not be commenting at this time on the situation, even as the Director General, the targets of the workers' grievance, resumes work today on directives of the federal government of Nigeria. Mr. Ganji Bello's resumption was announced at an intervention meeting between the NPC management and the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Christine Gige, on the industrial dispute. He says the order by the presidency is in line with Section 171 of the country's constitution. The meeting also agreed that there is a need for greater attention to be paid to the clearance of outstanding staff allowances, more commitment towards staff capacity building to enhance productivity, and an urgent need to bridge the communication gap between management and staff. The Nigerian Air Force says its plan to construct the proposed Central Instructor Science School in Katsina State will soon commence. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, confirmed this in Katsina during the commissioning of the projects embarked on by the Nigerian Air Force. He says aircraft will eventually be deployed to kickstart the training.
As morale continues to play a vital role in operational effectiveness and efficiency of any fighting force, it is essential that troops are provided with the right environment for work. To demonstrate this, the Nigeria Air Force plans to construct a Central Instructors Science School in Katsina State. The project is aimed at providing a conducive environment for Air Force personnel. Speaking during the commissioning ceremony of the projects, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, who is represented by the Air Officer commanding Special Operations, says aircrafts will be deployed to kickstart the training.
Very soon, work will earnestly commence on that construction. And eventual deployment of aircraft to kickstart the training of our instructor pilots here in Katsina.
In his address, the commander of the 213 Forward Operational Base, Nigeria Air Force Katsina, promises to maintain the newly commissioned facilities. The Katsina state government is appreciative of the presence and efforts of the force in the state and assures that the state government will support officials of the Nigeria Air Force. The traditional ruler of Katsina State is also thankful of the efforts by the Nigeria Air Force and the federal government to bring the project to the state.
And this assures us that the Katsina State is now fully secured because of this presence of the military. And this place is one of the places Katsina State is making proud of it because of the structures they put on place and the personnel they have on ground. So the Katsina government is really appreciative of this effort of the Nigerian Air Force. Any support possible within the ambit of the law the state can give, it is ready to give.
What I saw here is fantastic. Really, we have to show our appreciation to the head of state and his government for making this project to be sited here in Katsina at the right time, at the height of security challenges in facing Nigeria.
The projects commissioned by the representative of the Chief of Air Staff include Joint Airmen's and Officers' Mess, Air Provost Squadron, and a block of 10x1 accommodation for the non-commissioned officers at the 213 Forward Operational Base, Katsina Town. The rationale behind the new accommodation initiative is to promote operational effectiveness and efficiency in the battlefield, as well as to improve comradeship, regimentation, and inter-service cooperation among the young airmen and women.